Okay, everyone. Our meeting will start very soon. So before it's officially start, I would like to explain the notes for our webinar today. So firstly, all participants should turn off the microphone during our noted keynote speaker section. On the section 1, where our keynote speaker doing the introduce presentation, it will take about 45 minutes. And section 2 is the question and answer section. It will take about 30 minutes for our keynote speaker to answer the questions from our customers. And all participants can write the question in the question column, which can be write down in English. We will do the answer one by one. Okay, so good afternoon from China. Thanks for all the valuable customers to join the webinar today. I am Will, and it's a very precious time for me to arrange this webinar to share our VIGA concept on program enabling antibiotic reduction. So during this webinar, we will share our concept for the green technology farming in the new development. So firstly, let me introduce the keynote speaker today and the joint speaker. Ms. Stacy, which have 12 years experience in international business, will share us the presentation today. And Dr. Amy will be the joint speaker to answer the questions from our customer. She is the R&D manager with 10 years experience in our group and obtained more than 10 patents in our industry, and also is the PhD in animal nutrition from Zhejiang University. And this is the webinar agenda. We will spend about 45 minutes for the first section, which is the presentation from Ms. Stacy. At the second section, question and answer will be we will have the Dr. Amy and Ms. Stacy answer the questions from our customer. And before that, we will spend about 5 minutes. We quickly briefly introduce our VIGA group. So our concept is to share the efficiency and the ecological supply chain to reduce the social cost to our customer. And our president, Jason, is also originally from Technic person, which is the master degree from animal nutrition and both veterinary preparation. And under his leader, we have a year-by-year achievement. And on 2020, we are on the stock market. And on the 2019, we also have the factory in Russia. Our advantage is 3 model. First is superior research. Second is the scaled production. And third is the platform distribution. First, the superior research. We have more than 50 researchers in our lab, which is all mainly from the major university from China. And we obtain more than, we have mature production technology and have more than 20 years experience in production, which including molecular inclusion, solid dispersion, microcapsule technology, and so on. And also we have obtained 2 unique new product certificates from probiotic. One is Clostridium perfringens, and second is Bacillus laciniformis, which is the first and second certificate from China. So we can see we are the standard maker for probiotics in China. And also we have more than 74 unit model patent in our industry. And also we got the national prize from Science and Technology Program Award, which is given from our President Xi Jinping. And the second is the scaled production. We have totally 7 factories, and one factory only produced one series, and one line only produced one product. We have our international factory in both Russia and Indonesia. And also we have Shenzhou Viga produce penetration from China, which is the first penetration manufacturer in China. And also Zhejiang Viga, we produce 20,000 tons feed additives per year and 50,000 tons veterinary preparation per year. And also Zhejiang Viga 2 produce the premix. Zhejiang Huijia 2 produce the probiotic in both liquid and solid fermentation line. Zhejiang Huijia 1 is mainly produce the herbal extract. This is a picture from our probiotic factory. And this is our feed additives and veterinary premix factory. This is the factory from Indonesia, mainly for palmitic acid. And now we will have more than 40 specific lines for different products. And each line is specially for one series of products, which can lower down the production cost and enhance the production efficiency. This is the liquid fermentation line for probiotic. The production capacity is 15,000 tons. And also 10,000 tons butyrate product line. 2,000 tons 2% biotin production line. And all of our production line is meet the international standard. For example, GMP, GMP Plus, ISO, PharmQS, etc. And the third is the platform distribution. Our concept is to be one-stop solution for our customers. We can supply both nutrition, function, treatment, and premix raw material products to meet all the customer demanding. And by this way, we have our ability to reach different kind of customers, from integrators to feed mill farms and international super customers. And now we have headquarters in Zhejiang province and have factory in Russia and Indonesia. We have warehouse in USA and Belgium. And also now we have branch office in Brazil. Also in China, we have very strong domestic sales team. We have more than 30 platforms in different provinces in China. So also we are the great partner for importing business. And year by year, we have arranged the seminar and exhibition during the worldwide, so can promote the brand, share the experience to our customers. Now we already have the 50 countries business, and also including those international brands, Cargill, The Hughes, CP, etc. And in China as well, we have worked with those top 30 feed mills in China, like New Hope, Wins, and Twins. So as a conclusion, under our superior research, scaled production, and the platform distribution, we have our own advantage to supply our valuable effect, efficiency, and benefit to our customers. Okay, that's the brief introduction of our group. Now let's welcome our keynote speaker, Stacy, to share us our concept of low antibiotic concept in the feed. So, Miss Stacy, now the time is yours.
Okay. At the moment, I will share my screen with you. Okay, hello everyone, welcome to
Okay, please wait a second. You check the screen share.
Okay, welcome to our webinar today. This is Stacy, and now I will share some of the information about the less antibiotic and long antibiotic solutions after antibiotic reduction. We all know that after 1968, superbacterial resistance to a variety of antibiotics were discovered. Government and scientists in various countries began to study the negative effect of antibiotics. After nearly 30 years, the ban of antibiotics in livestock production began to become a reality. It was first implemented in Sweden and then followed by Denmark, European, Korea, US, and then in China in 2020. And kinds of antibiotic alternatives are found and added into feeding, such as probiotics, essential oils, organic acid, and sodium bitrate, and so on. Wait a moment. From the market survey of the feed additives in swine feed after AGP ban in China, most of the people think probiotics, acidifiers, essential oils have better effect than others in the long AGP swine feed. Almost 90% use more than 3 kinds of additives in long AGP piglet feed. Also, after buying of the AGP, 65% think the piglet feed cost will increase around US dollars 3.2 to 15.5. Sorry for the interruption. Now I will continue. And also the same story for the broilers. The most concerning intestinal bacterial disease is Clostridium perfringens after the antibiotics banning. Around 40% are using 3 kinds or more than 3 kinds of additives in long AGP broiler feed. And also most of the people think AGP ban will take the feed cost increase. But under the antibiotics reduction situation, how to design the feed additive solution? This is very important issue for us. Through 20 years application of additives, Vega has the insight in solution of antibiotic reduction. The solution should make sure the feed is digested and absorbed well, and the intestinal flora should keep balance, and immunity keeps well. From this purpose, the major products are sodium bitrate, essential oil, and the probiotics. Vega Group, we have more than 20 years preparation experience, more than 50 researchers, and extremely advanced preparation technologies. Also, we have very strong research and development and innovation ability. Every year, we have 2 or 3 new products launched into the market. The scale of the production facility is very huge. In our factory, we are building 1 factory, 1 theory, 1 line for 1 product, and also more than 40 specific production lines, which makes our capacity reach more than 1 to 10 of the whole feed additive capacity in China. The major technologies are including microencapsule, solid dispersion, pellet, granulation, etc. For the probiotics, we got 2 innovative certificates of Clostridium bitrium and Bacillus nicanoriformis, which means that we are the first legal producer in China several years ago. Since we are the first producer, so we are also the standard maker for Clostridium bitrium and Bacillus nicanoriformis. For the probiotics, the strain is very important because it determines the quality of the product. In our laboratory, we have a large stock of strains, as much as 2,000, and also we have deposited 536 strains in China. Using innovative technology and in-depth probiotic concepts, we innovated and developed more efficient sodium bitrate and essential oil formulations, and took the lead in providing anaerobic bacteria to the industry. These are Built Energy 400 Plus and Oct.25. First of all, I will introduce Built Energy 400 Plus. Before the detailed introduction, I would like to share you a short video.
Boosts synergistic effect of pyrite with essential oil. Antibiotic reduction is inevitable. As we all know, replacing AGP needs additive combination that undoubtedly brings higher cost for producer. The GAMAX dedicated to providing effective solution with higher cost efficiency. P-Energy 400 Plus, it is well-coated sodium pyrite with essential oil that sustainably release in intestine. Sodium pyrite nourishes the whole intestine by maintaining intestinal integrity, while essential oil shows good antibacterial effect. Once combined, pyrite with essential oil not only exert both effect but also double antibacterial effect of essential oil, comparing with the normal situation that many customers use single pyrite and single essential oil at the same time, which go through twice production. P-Energy 400 Plus, containing both pyrite and essential oil in one product through one's production, can lower down production cost much. In the meantime, pyrite content in P-Energy 400 Plus is elevated from 30% to 40% without elevating cost. Higher content leads to lower dosage, so as to lower down cost. Finally, P-Energy 400 Plus can save cost for producer at least 20% minus 50%. It has approved field results. 1 kilogram ton in sow feed can elevate weaning weight of each piglet by 0.3 kilograms because of higher milk production in sow. 1 kilogram ton in piglet feed can promote FCR by 5.5% and lower down diarrhea rate. 300 grams per ton in broiler feed can act as part antibiotic substitute to reach satisfactory production. 250 grams per ton in laying period can obviously elevate laying rate by 2.05% and egg weight by 1/4 g piece and lower down salmonella residue in egg. The GAMAX, powered by science.
Okay. For the sodium bitrate, it is the quickest energy source for the intestine, and also it can promote the villi growth and repel the intestinal mucosa. While for the essential oil, it can balance the flora in the hindgut and also promote the digestion and improve the immunity. Built Energy 400 Plus, it is 40% coated sodium bitrate with 1% thymol and 4% cinnamon aldehyde. We use the dedicated microencapsulated technology for the production, which makes the product no stink smell and makes the essential oil stable, no volatile. Even stored for 2 years or after pellet, the content still remains more than 95. Through simulated gastrointestinal environment vitro test, it shows that the sodium Built Energy 400 Plus is slow release and only around 30% release in the stomach, so it will not consume much gastric acid, and around 27.5 released in the small intestine and 42% released in the hindgut, which can protect the intestine integrity and the antibacterial, then promote immunity in the hindgut. Butyl Energy 400 Plus, it has synergistic nutrition effect of butyrate and essential oil. Essential oil can not only promote the digestion of protein in the stomach, but also it can promote the maximum digestion and absorption of nutrients in the small intestine, as well as the secondary digestion and absorption in the hindgut. Butyl Energy 400 Plus has synergistic antibacterial effect. Actually, sodium butyrate has little antibacterial function, but with essential oil, it can strengthen essential oil's antibacterial function. From the media, we put 5 samples. The first one is cinnamaldehyde. The second one is sodium butyrate. And the third one is alcohol. The fourth one, cholesterol. Then the fifth one is cinnamaldehyde plus sodium butyrate. But the content of the cinnamaldehyde is only the half with the sample one. So from the data, you can see that in the left pictures, you can see the inhibition zone. We found that butyrate does not show antibacterial effect in the vitro. For the sample 5, it shows the similar inhibition zone with the full essential oil of the sample 1. So which means that the butyrate enhances essential oil antibacterial effect. Also, we do another test. From the left picture, this is another result. You can see that in the essential oil group, the lines are much more than the control group and the antibiotic group. Each line represents one bacteria, so it means that the essential oil can diverse the flora in the intestine. And from the right data, you can see that the T lymphocyte transformation rate is significantly increased, and also the B lymphocyte transformation rate also increased, which means that the essential oil can enhance the immunity of the body and protect the health of the body. Butyl Energy 400 Plus is 40% sodium butyrate with 5% essential oil. It not only has good synergy, but this design can also reduce the cost. Sometimes some customers will use the butyrate series and also the essential oil separate. Each product requires the processing phase and the profits. However, to produce the Butyl Energy 400 Plus, it requires only one production processing fee, which can reduce the cost. At the same time, it can achieve the 40% content. This is similar to the cost of the 30% sodium butyrate in the market, but only need 3 to 4 of the additional amount, which is a great reduction in the customer's using cost. So in summary, the cost will be highly reduced for the sodium Butyl Energy 400 Plus. Also, we have done a lot of trials on the animals for the Butyl Energy 400 Plus. From these trials, it is done in a pig farm for 200 sows. We add 1 kilogram Butyl Energy 400 Plus as a dose. So the results show that the weaning weight of each piglet increased by 0.28 kilogram, and also 0.42 kilogram per day feed intake during the lactation period. And another test on 36 sows, the dosage is the same, 1 kilogram Butyl Energy 400 Plus. The results show that mortality of piglet before weaning decreased from 6.3 to 2.85. The weaning to breeding interval also being shortened. This is another test on piglet. It shows that the feed gain improved by 5.6 with the dose 1 kilogram per ton Butyl Energy 400 Plus. And also another test showed the difference with the raw material sodium butyrate and the butyl energy 400 plus. We found that the feed gain difference is 3.82. As per these trials, we also calculate the economic benefits based on the weight gain, feed consumption, feed additive cost, and then finally we get the data that it can say the economic benefit is around the US dollars nearly 1.6 per head during the whole 28 days. And also we do the trials on broilers. This test is from Zhejiang Agriculture and Forestry University. And after fed with 500 grams per ton butyl energy 400 plus, we found that the average daily gain increased by 5.6, and the feed gain decreased by 4.9 comparing the control group. And also we increased the survival rate on average around 7.5. And also we can see that fed with the butyl energy 400 plus, it does not have obvious change from the erythromycin. For these trials, we also calculate the economic benefits. So considering the weight gain, feed consumption, feed additive cost, finally we got the results. During the whole 42 days, the benefits for each head, it equals to US dollars 0.15. And also the similar test on the layers with the dosage 250 gram per ton for the group E. The test showed that the lean rate increased by 2%. Also, we checked the egg quality and the eggshell quality. It showed very good results from the eggshell strength, yolk color, and the yolk ratio of the butyl energy 400 plus group, the group E. Okay, that's all for the butyl energy 400 plus. And now I will share our innovative research in probiotics Oct.25. Compared with many products on the market that can only protect the foregut, Oct.25 can really protect the whole intestine, especially the hindgut. Before the detailed information, also I would like to share a short video.
Reinforced probiotic effect by anaerobic microorganism. Probiotic is well recognized in animal industry, but can all probiotic adapt to intestine, especially hindgut? Hindgut is the most important in whole intestine, where has 99.9% bacteria. Only adapt to the non-oxygen environment of hindgut. Can probiotic survive and function? Anaerobic probiotic is essential. And does probiotic quantity decide quality? Probiotic can only reach 0.01% of whole bacteria quantity. Very few. So probiotic quality does not rely on quantity of probiotic. Then what decides the quality of probiotic? Among so many different strains of Bacillus subtilis, how to choose? According to probiotic theory in human medication, probiotic quality mainly depends on metabolites. Oct.25, it is composed by Bacillus subtilis, Bacillus licheniformis, Clostridium turricum, which is separately aerobic, facultative aerobic, anaerobic, that adapts to foregut, middle gut, and hindgut, finally guard the whole intestine. Bacillus subtilis produce enzyme to promote digestion. Bacillus licheniformis produce peptide to antibacteria. Clostridium turricum produce acid and pyrin. Repair intestinal mucosa and antibacteria. All show strong metabolites production ability. Bacillus subtilis, 10 times reproduction ability, show stronger decomposing ability in casein, cellulose and starch. Bacillus licheniformis, 10 times reproduction ability, shows higher antibacterial effect in Clostridium perfringens, Salmonella, Staphylococcus aureus. Clostridium chiricum has superproduction ability of butyric acid and has strong antibacterial effect. Active 3 shows good results from field tests. Relieve diarrhea of piglets. Decrease 30–70% of ammonia in the farm. Reduce feed passage stall by 10%. Dirty eggs has 2% lower than comparable probiotic brand. Promote 140g more weight gain for broiler. Vigamax, original road and national standard maker, Clostridium chiricum in China. Vigamax knows power of good probiotic.
Okay, for our Oct.25, it has 3 different strains in this product. Bacillus subtilis, it is an anaerobic environment, and it works in the foregut. And Bacillus nidiformis, it is facultative anaerobic bacteria. It works in the middle part of the intestine. And Clostridium butyricum, it is strictly anaerobic. It works in the hindgut. So totally, these 3 ingredients can guard the whole intestine. And for the Clostridium butyricum, it is strictly anaerobic probiotic. And comparing with the Bacillus subtilis and the Bacillus nidiformis, it has very quick reproduction ability and the anaerobic condition. The culture test shows that Clostridium butyricum is anaerobic bacteria. It is a unique and anaerobic bacteria in the entire market. And for the strain from Vega, or finally fixed after many times screening, and the reproduction ability is very superior comparing other strains in the market. From this test, you can see that at the same time, the same condition of the culture, our Bacillus nidiformis multiply into 10 times the amount of the other strains, and the same with Bacillus subtilis. Among this data, most of the other brands are the famous brand in the world. And the key to determine the quality of the probiotics are the metabolites. After rigorous strain screening, the strain of Oct.25 can respectively produce abundant metabolites and have strong synergy with each other. Bacillus subtilis produce in the small intestine to promote the digestion. Nidiformis produce in the midgut and inhibits the bacteria. And the Clostridium butyricum produce the butyric acid in the hindgut. It can reduce the pH value, regulate the intestinal flora, and repel the intestinal mucosa. After the test, we find that each 100 gram Clostridium butyricum can produce 500 butyric acid in the intestine. It can reduce the pH by 0.1 in the intestine, comparing with the exogenous acid like citric acid, formic acid, which cannot reach the hindgut, nor reduce the pH value. So it can elevate, the Oct.25, it can elevate the nutrients digestion by 3 to 5% and can enhance the beneficial bacteria, lower down the pathogens. And also Clostridium butyricum can promote bacteriocin. It can inhibit more than 99 pathogens like the E. coli, Salmonella, etc. And the Bacillus nidiformis antibacterial has very strong antibacterial activity. From the vitro test, we can see that the inhibition zone for Clostridium perfringens can reach 19.5 millimeter, and for Salmonella can reach more than 20 millimeter. For Staphylococcus aureus is around 16 millimeter, means that Bacillus nigricaniformis is very sensitive for the mentioned harmful bacteria. Well, usually for the inhibition zone, around 15 to 20 means middle sensitive. More than 20 means very strongly sensitive. And this is the visual test to show that Bacillus subtilis and Bacillus nigricaniformis can produce endogenous enzymes equals to the exogenous caseinase, cellulase, and amylase. But usually for the exogenous enzymes preparation, many play a role in assisting digestion during feed processing and stomach digestion. The effect on the intestinal digestion is relatively very small. The microbial endogenous enzyme preparation are more effective in the intestine, especially in ileum and large intestine. For probiotics, maybe some customers are worried about the stability. But for the Oct.25, it is very stable, have very good stability, good heat and acid resistance. We do the test to find that for the feed store for even for 24 months, it still remains around 94.8. And also Oct.25 have a very wide compatibility with different acids and many antibiotics and anticoccidial products like formic acid, citric acid, penicillin, amoxicillin, bacitracin, monacin, stalinomycin, etc. And also Oct.25 have the function to balance the flora in the intestine. For example, it can inhibit the Clostridium perfringens and promote the lactobacillus growth. For the Oct.25, we also done a lot of trials on the animals to find it have very good effect. For example, for this one, it is on the layers with the dosage 300 grams per ton feed. It showed the day from hatchery to 50% laying rates have been shortened by 9 days. And also the peak laying period has been extended from 10 weeks to 11 weeks. And the laying rate increased by 4%. And the unqualified egg rate decreased by 2.12. Also, another trials on the layers with the dosage of Oct.25 200 grams per ton, comparing with the xylo oligosaccharide 150 grams as the dose. The laying rate is 7% higher than the control group, and the broken egg rate decreased 2.3. Also, Oct.25 can reduce the diarrhea for broiler. On a farm from Shanxi province with the dosage of Oct.25 200 grams per ton, comparing with the control group, the face sticking to the anus rate of Oct.25 group decreased by 30%. This shows that the wet dropping feed passage decreased. And the same farm for 240 feathers 1 day old AA broiler with the dosage 200 grams, we find that the feed gain decreased by 5.1%. We calculate the economic benefit. It is around 0.15 per head. And also on the piglet, we do the trials with the dosage 1 kilogram per ton feed. The results show that the diarrhea rate highly decreased by 57%. And we also calculate the ROI. It is 4.3, very good result. In the pig house, comparing the control group the ammonia emission can reduce 50% with the Act.25 group. For the green pigs, also do some trials. This one is with the dosage 300 gram per ton feed. We found that the average daily gain increased by 7%, and also we calculate the economic benefit. It is around US dollars 4.3. Besides the test for each product, we also collect many actual feed tests about the combination of Act.25 and Built-Energy 400 plus. This is the trials from our overseas client for long AGP broiler farming. The dosage is 300 Built-Energy 400 plus and 300 Act.25. The test period is 1 month. Finally, we get the data that the cooling rate is around 4.38, and also the FCI is only 1.63. And another test for the combination. In Henan province of China, we have trials on broilers with the Built-Energy 400 plus and Act.25. In the first 1 to 21 days, 400 plus, the dosage is 500 gram, and Act.25 the same dosage. And the 21 to 42 days, the Built-Energy 400 plus group is 400, and Act.25 is 300. And after the test, we show that the enteritis rate decreased by 58.7. And also the Clostridium perfringens decreased by 43.5. This is a test on the layers from 40-week Roman layers for 2 months with the dose 200 gram per ton, Built-Energy 400 plus and 250 gram per ton Act.25. The results show that the laying rate increased 3.6% and the mortality decreased 17.1%. For the piglet trials, with the dose, we do a test with the dosage 500 gram Built-Energy 400 plus and the same dose with for the Act.25. And in the farm 1, the final body weight increased 52 gram. And the average daily gain increased 21 gram. The diarrheal rate decreased 6.8%. In the farm 2, the final body weight increased 29 gram, and the average daily gain increased 16 gram. And the diarrheal rate decreased 6.3%. From the sow farms, we test on the 100 sows from 90 days of gestation to 21 days of lactation with the dosage 500 gram Built-Energy 400 plus and 500 gram Act.25. The result shows that the constipation rate has significantly decreased, and the crude fat of 20-day milk increased, and also the litter size increased. Above are all the information I sharing today. Now less antibiotics or non-antibiotics is the world trend for the livestock industry. Sincerely wish today's information can give you some ideas of the feed solution and less or non-antibiotic solution. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you, Ms. Stacy, share our information. So if you think Ms. Stacy, the information she shared is valuable, please kindly share the recognizing in the chatting board or share the thumb in the chatting board. So it's to appreciate Stacy's Stacy is introduced today. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so now we already see many of our customers is asking question, and Dr. Amy is share the answer to the answer column already. So now let's check other questions that's not being answered. So firstly, let's see from and public participation asking, hi Stacy, in our country, summer is very hot and high humidity. So will the Active3 lose activity under those high temperature and high humidity? So Stacy, please help answer this question.
Okay, thank you very much for this question. Yes, it is a very good question. For the Active3, as mentioned just now, the strain, it is very stable and can heat resistance and humidity resistance. We have sold to Indonesia, Malaysia, to many countries, and also in India. The temperature is very high and with high humidity, it is no problem. And also we do the trials to find that with 2 years storage after feed, the product still remains around 94.8%. So it is very stable. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Stacy. So next question. Why is the FCR on our broiler is high from the industrial condition in our trial? So I will ask Dr. Amy to answer this question.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the question. I don't know what which trial you mean. You know, our trial is from all over of China, and China is very big. So the level of the management of the different farm are very different. So maybe some data are different from farm to farm. So some of the test of the FCR data is maybe a little high because their management level is not so high. Maybe there are some small farm. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Amy. So for this question, I think our sales team will keep follow up, and we will discuss with Mr. Bayron, right? So we will discuss from after the webinar about these trials and your questions. So it will be more clear. Thank you. Okay, so next question. Also ask for Stacy. May I know what is the shelf life for Active3?
Okay, for Active3, the shelf life is 18 months. Thank you.
Okay, and okay, so next question. Did you compare your product with Galipro MS from Hansen? So I will ask Dr. Amy to answer this question.
You mean, I think, thank you for your question. I think you mean the Active3 compared with
Active3, yes.
Yeah, yes. Yes, Hansen products, their screen, we have tested their screens in the in our lab, and our product with this screen in the lab, they have some, for example, the activity of the screen is quite same in the lab. Sorry, my English is not so fluent. Maybe I need the may I need Sarah or some our colleagues to help me to translate.
Okay.
就是我们在实验室中有做过科汉森的菌株和我们的产品的一个对比。那么在实验室当中的它的一个菌株的一个活性的话是，科汉森的菌株的话是有非常强的一个活性，它有很强的一个产酶能力，因为它主要是一个枯草芽孢杆菌。Sarah， 可以先翻译一下。
Okay, this is Sarah, and I will do the translation for Dr. Amy. Dr. Amy says that for the product of Cohanson, we have do the comparison in the lab, and we found that the activity of strain of Cohanson shows better effect to produce the enzyme, since it is the Bacillus subtilis. OK，
我们的三效菌这款产品当中呢，它是含有3个菌株的，那么不同的菌株它有不同的一个性能。那我们的首先在枯草上面的话，我们也是筛选了一株非常强势的产酶的一个菌株，另外结合了一个产肽抑菌能力强的第一芽孢杆菌和修复肠黏膜的一个丁酸梭菌，功效的一个结合，结合了一个抑菌的一个性能，还有促进消化的一个功能，以及修复肠道的一个功能。
好的。Dr. Amy says that for the product Active 3 of Vega, it contains of 3 bacteria, Bacillus subtilis, Bacillus licheniformis, and Clostridium butyricum. For the Bacillus subtilis, it has the function to produce the enzyme, and for the Bacillus licheniformis, it can produce the peptides, and Clostridium butyricum, it can produce the butyric acid in the gut. So it works in the different part of the intestine and shows the different effect, and it can promote the feed intake and to repair the intestinal mucosa. And to promote the animal growth. Thank you.
因此，我们在田间对比实验的一个结果上的话，那么三效菌产品的一个在对，比如说对于梭菌的一个抑制，还有对一个菌群的一个调节上面的一个效果是反响是不错的。那么特别是在对于有害菌的一个抑制效果方面的话，是好于这个是更优于单独的这个枯草芽孢杆菌的产品的。
So, okay, thanks, Dr. Amy. Dr. Amy says that in the field trial test of us, it shows our product Active 3. It shows very strong effect to inhibit the harmful bacteria such as the Clostridium perfringens, and it can adjust the flora. So in these aspects, we think that Active 3 has a better effect than Cohanson's product. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Amy, and also thank you, Sarah, for translation. And next question from Elizabeth. So any intestinal bacteria column test after using our product Active 3, especially the 3 strain of bacteria, and also compare with any harmful bacteria group. I would also ask Dr. Amy to answer this question.
那个客户是在问，就是我们使用这个产品之后，肠道中的有害菌以及这3个菌的一个检出的数量的一个问题。那么首先对于有害菌方面，我们做过大量的测试，不管是在肉鸡、蛋鸡还有猪上面的话， 对于产气夹膜梭菌伤人氏菌的一个数量是有比较明显的一个下降的一个效果。那么对于3个菌的话，我们也有做过这样的测试，在肠道中呢是可以检出我们的这个3个菌的，尤其是对于丁酸梭菌的一个检出的话是更明显的。那么对于枯草和地衣的话，它的一个就这样吧。
Okay.
嗯。
Dr. Amy says that for the active 3, 可以听到吗？
可以。
Yes, yes.
Dr. Amy says that for the active 3, it has very strong effect to inhibit the harmful bacteria, and we have do a lot of experience. It shows the significant influence on the broiler, layer, and the pig, especially to inhibit the Clostridium perfringens and Salmonella. Thank you.
那么我补充一下，就是对于我们的产品当中的一个检测的一个浓度，大概是在10的5次方每克 CFU。
CFU 每克对吧？
对，10的5次方。
And we have to do the test. The concentration is around 0.1 million CFU per gram. Okay, finish.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Amy, and thank you, Sarah. So next question. I think active 3, can active 3 be used in ruminant? I would like ask Stacy to answer the question.
Thank you very much. Yes, it can be used in the ruminant. We have the data in the ruminant. The active 3 can be used in the calves to prevent the diarrhea and to prevent the diarrhea caused by the Clostridium, and also can promote the growth performance. For the prevention, you can use a dose as 10 grams per day per head. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Stacy. So next question is our product heat stable during pelleting? I would like to ask Stacy to answer this question. I think a customer will interest in both product, Active 3 and Beauty Energy 400 Plus.
Okay. Yes, for the Beauty Energy 400 Plus, because this is a synthetic product with it microcapsulated with essential oil and the hydrogenated vegetable oil, so it is very stable after the pelleting. And also we for the Active 3, it is also very stable for the pelleting. It can resist the 90 centigrade pelleting temperature. Yeah, that's all for this question. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Stacy. So next question, for sodium butyrate, the shrimp and the fish will have a short intestine. So is that necessary to use coated foam for sodium butyrate? I would like to ask Dr. Amy answer this question.
Okay, I think it's needed for the shrimp or fish because the sodium butyrate is soluble in the water. If you use the raw material powder, when put the feed in the water or the pool, the sodium butyrate may not stay in the water. So the sodium butyrate cannot reach the intestine of the shrimp or the fish. Currently, we have much experience applying in aquaculture in China. That means our beauty allergy 400 plus have badly used in the aquaculture. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Amy. So next question. do you have test kits for Active3 for sensitive test? I think the answer is yes, but I would like ask Dr. Amy to answer more detailedly.
Sorry, I don't got the
他的意思
idea
就是我
of
们有
this question.
我们有没有这种检测这个这个三效菌的这种实验设备？
含量吗？还是指其他方面
？Sensitivity 就是那个叫什么？
细菌性
应该是
耐温。
是，就是耐热性这一块。
Okay, so I would ask Mr. Ahmed to ask more detailedly. So you mean the sensitive is the heat sensitive or for others, for example, pH value? So please complete the question. So we will answer this question later. So we will answer next question. By using this product, can it lessen the use? I guess it means can it less use acidifier in the feed? Also, actually, I would also ask Michael to complete this question. Is ask for Active3 or Beauty Energy 400 plus? So after completing this question, we will answer more detailedly. So next question, can Active3 use together with antibiotic? I would ask Ms. Stacy to answer this question.
Thank you very much. Yes, for the Active3, it have very wide compatibility with many antibiotics. For example, the amoxicillin, penicillin, bastration, etc. And also can be used together with some antioxidant products, for example, stalinomycin, monosin, etc. That's all for this question. Thank you.
Okay, so next question. Can we use Active3 in dogs and cats? And what is the inclusion? I would ask Dr. Amy to answer this question.
OK， 还要请 Sarah 帮我翻译一下吧。事实上，现在我们已经是有这个产品已经是使用在那个宠物饲料当中，或者是作为宠物保健品来作为日常使用。那么这个三效菌在宠物上使用的一个明显的效果就是，一个是预防同样的这个宠物的一个腹泻，还有一些消化问题，还有改善它的口臭以及粪便的这个臭味上面效果是比较明显。
Dr. Amy， 你可以再说一下吗？我刚才有点失听。
OK， 就是这个产品我们现在是已经有客户在使用在宠物饲料当中，或者是把它作为宠物日常保健品添加，就是在饲喂饲料的时候混合到日粮当中。表现的一个主要的一个效果，一个是预防这个腹泻，促进这个消化物质的一个吸收。比如说在猫和狗发生腹泻的时候，作为辅助治疗的一个手段，可以解决它的腹泻问题。另外还可以改善这个宠物的口臭，还有它的粪便的一个臭味的。
好的，Thanks, Dr. Amy. And then I will do the translation. Dr. Amy says that we usually use this product in the pet feed. We mix this product with the feed of pet, and then for the cat or dog, we will use this product to prevent the diarrhea and also to prevent the odor of the feces. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Amy and Sarah. Also, we have a question from the chatting column. Is your product have bacterial effect against the Clostridium perfringens in poultry? And what is the dosage? Also, do we have any compare study with zinc concentration? This is question from Malaysia. I would ask Dr. Amy to answer.
Will， 你问的应该是和这个乳酸菌这一个对比的吧？
他是说，就是说和这个，产气荚膜梭菌的一个抑制作用，还有就是说跟这个杆菌肽锌的一个对比效果。
哎，我怎么没有看到这个问题？好的，他问的是三效菌吗？
是的，是的。
和 BMD 的一个对比，这个问题。
Zinc bacteria。
OK，三效菌的话，对于产气荚膜梭菌呢是有一定的抑制作用的，特别是其中的一个丁酸梭菌，通过产丁酸梭菌素和丁酸呢来抑制产气荚膜梭菌，并且通过肠道菌群的一个调节来抑制这个产气荚膜梭菌的一个繁殖，因为产气荚膜梭菌是一个肠道的一个原处菌。那么如果仅仅是通过抑菌的一个对比的话，那么我们要是那个老实的说，三效菌的一个对于产气荚膜梭菌的一个抑制能力呢是不如这个杆菌肽锌的。但是呢，三效菌的话呢，它有一些其他的一个作用效果，比如说它对于菌群的一个调节，以及对于大肠杆菌和沙门氏菌的一个控制。那么 BMD 的话，它主要是对产气荚膜梭菌有比较好的一个抑制作用，但对于大肠杆菌和沙门氏菌的一个抑制能力呢是不够强的。因此呢，我们认为在这个和BMD 的对比上的话，它有一些独特的一个其他的一个作用效果。
Okay. Dr. Amy says that for the comparison of Active-3 with zinc bacteriation, we think that Active-3 has a very strong effect to inhibit the Clostridium perfringens and also the Salmonella and other bacteria. But for the zinc bacteriation, it is not very strong as the Salmonella or other bacteria. It is mainly focused on the Clostridium perfringens. So that's the difference and the advantage of Active-3 with zinc bacteriation. Okay, finish.
Okay.
那么在
Okay, please continue, Dr. Amy.
他刚刚我最后他是问了一个是和 BMD 的对比，然后还有其他的吗？记不大清楚。
没有了。
那么现在就是通过我们中国因为已经禁抗了，那么 BMD 呢是不能再使用在动物上面了。那么我们的Active-3呢现在也用在和其他的一些添加剂来配合使用呢，来去替代这个 BMD。那么比如通过我们与这个丁酸铋400的一个配合，就可以完全替代这个肉鸡或者是其他动物上的这个抗生素的一个使用，是这样的。
Okay, now in China, the antibiotics has already inhibited. So the zinc bacteriation cannot be used in China, but we can use the beta-active solutions to solve the problem, such as use the Active-3 with Beauty Energy 400 Plus. It can replace, it can solve the problems of the broiler. That's all. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Amy and Sarah. So since today we have 2 products and some questions we are not very clear is to which product. So firstly, I would ask our customer, when asking question, please put the product you want to ask in the asking column. And also for those questions that we are not answer now, we will also follow up and complete the answers for all the questions, and we will send you after webinar all the collection of the question and answer. Thank you. So next question about Active-3, how to use in drinking line, and will it block the tube? I would ask Stacy to answer.
Okay,
Yes, for the Oct.25, we have already designed the water soluble type to be using in the drinking line. The dosage we recommend is 200 grams per ton water. But for the probiotics, it is an organic microorganism, so it cannot dissolve totally. So it needs to clean the water line every week. That's all for this question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Stacy. So next question: how sodium butyrate are remove intestinal damage? I think the question is ask how the sodium butyrate recover the intestinal damage, right? So I would ask Dr. Amy to answer this question.
OK，丁酸钠修复肠损伤的一个主要的作用机理来自于丁酸钠呢，可以产生在动物的肠道中呢，可以提供丁酸。丁酸呢，可以作为肠道细胞的一个能源物质，可以促进肠绒毛的一个发育和增长。因此，通过肠绒毛的一个增长呢，来修复原有的一个肠道的一个损伤。
Okay. For this question, Dr. Amy says that the mechanism that the sodium butyrate can recover the intestine damage is because that sodium butyrate can produce butyric acid, and the butyric acid is the energy source for the animal to improve the intestine villi, so that to recover the intestine damage. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Amy and Sarah. So next question. As I know that conditioning body is almost different with lab. So do you have any experience data that 3-strand combined in Oct.25 could work well on real gut track? Have you tried to evaluate? I would ask Dr. Amy to answer this question.
谢谢你的问题。对于这个问题呢，我们确实有经过认真的一个研究。那么这个实验呢，其实是非常有难度的。首先，我们就是通过我知道体外的实验是没有办法完全去代替体内的一个实验的，但是呢，我们还是通过了一定的模拟。比如说，我们通过模拟这个胃肠液的一个环境，然后把我们的菌呢接种到这个并且是以饲料为基质的一个环境，并且把它的 pH 值还有这个氧气条件呢，按照我们胃肠道的一个条件呢，尽量的去模拟。那么可以发现呢，这3株菌呢之间呢是不存在一个竞争或者是抑制的一个关系的。所以首先我们认为这是一个非常关键的一个点。Sarah， 要不你先翻译这一段。
Okay. Dr. Amy says that for this question, Dr. Amy says that we have to do the research on it, and it is actually it is difficult to how to say, to show the visual the visual environment is very different from the vivo, and we have stimulate. Okay, we have stimulated the vivo environment, and we keep the pH, the oxygen, and other factors same as vivo to test in the stomach and the intestine. Okay, Dr. Amy, please continue.
OK， 那么一方面就是我们在体外这样的一个实验当中呢，去模拟体内的一个环境，去看3个菌之间是否有抑制一个作用。另外就是我们通过体内的一个攻毒实验和肠道内一些环境的一个变化呢，去尽量的去模拟这个菌的一个在肠道中的一个变化的一个情况。比如说我们测定这个肉鸡饲喂3效菌以后，肉鸡肠道中的一个 菌数的一个变化的情况，以及肠道损伤或者是营养物质消化率的一个变化的一个情况，来去预判我们的产品中的菌株是否在肠道内，比如说产酸、产酶，以及产这个肽类的物质。通过这样的一个试验呢，来去推测产品是否能在肠道内很好的一个适应。
Okay, Dr. Amy says that we have do the literal test and the 3 strains in active 3 do not show the competitive relationship, and we have stimulated the intestine environment. And for example, in broiler, we will test the nutrient change and to test if it can produce the acid or enzyme in vivo, so that we just stimulate the vivo environment and to show the situation in the vitro. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Dr. Amy and Sarah. Next question. With Active3 probiotic, will it not develop any other probiotic in the gut? I would ask Dr. Amy to answer this question.
Will 你可以帮我翻译一下，我不太懂这个问题的意思。
我觉得他的意思就是说，那个用了三效菌之后，就肠道里面其他的这个，特别是有益菌，是不是就没办法在这个生长了？
不是，那么我们是有大量的这个动物实体的一个实验验证了，我们的三效菌使用下去之后呢，它其实是对于肠道的一个菌群是有一个调节作用的。这个调节作用指的是对于有害菌的一个抑制，比如说大肠杆菌、沙门氏菌等等。那么对于肠道原住的一些，比如说乳酸菌、双歧杆菌等呢，它是有一个益生作用的，所以说它是有一个调节这个动物肠道菌群往一个更加健康的方向发展的一个作用效果。
Dr. Annie says that we have do a lot of animal tests, and Active3 it can inhibit many harmful bacteria like E. coli, Salmonella, and to improve many beneficial bacteria, so that it can make the animal more healthy. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Amy and Sarah. Next question. Mr. Ahmed have answer that the sensitive test kit for lab is the test for bacteria sensitivity test, like to mention the inhibit zone and to check the antibiotic sensitive. I mean the kit for use in the lab. I think yes, we can share you this information by the method of analyze, and we will share you the whole details about the kit and also how to measure. I think it will be better. So the question, will Active3 reduce the acidifier in feed? So I will ask Dr. Amy answer this question.
我想客户问的问题可能是说，在使用了三效菌以后，能不能减少酸化剂的一个使用，是不是这样的一个意思？如果是这样的一个意思的话，是这样的，我们在替抗的过程中呢，我们认为通过酸化剂和这个三效菌的一个复配使用呢，效果会更好。为什么这么说？因为三效菌的话，它起作用是中有一部分呢是来自于丁酸梭菌产丁酸的一个作用效果。那么这个丁酸的话，它起作用呢，主要是在动物的肠道中，通过修复肠绒毛，减少肠炎的发生，以及促进营养物质的一个消化吸收。那么酸化剂的一个作用效果呢，其实也要看这个酸化剂它的一个制剂的一个类型。如果只是常规的一个原料型的酸化剂的话，它主要是来补充胃酸来促进这个消化吸收。 因此它和我们三效菌中的作用位点是完全不同的。Sarah， 要不你先翻译。
Okay. Dr. Amy says that if we use the acidifier with Active3, it can show better effect. That is because the Active3, the Clostridium butyricum can produce the butyric acid. It works on the intestine of the animal and to repair the mucosal and to improve the digestion. And for the acidifier, if it is the raw material, it can supply the gastric acid. Okay, continue. Dr. Amy.
那么，假如你使用的是包被型的酸的话，包被型的酸呢，兼具了胃部促消化、补充胃酸的一个作用效果。另外呢，还提供了这种在肠道中释放酸来抑制这个肠道中的有害菌的一个作用效果。那么它的作用效果的话，和我们的三效菌也是不一样的。所以它们两个的话是，如果在使用当中呢，我们更建议配合来使用呢，来起到替抗的一个作用效果。
Okay, if you use the coated acidifier, it shows two effects. One is to improve the digestion, and the second is to produce the bring the acidifier to the intestine. So the effect is different from Active3. We think that it can use combined. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Amy and Sarah. So next question. Considering the cost for feed, which stage of the breeding of Active3 is most cost efficiency? So I will ask Ms. Stacy answer this question.
Okay, thank you. Actually, for the swine, for pig, piglet, and the pregnancy sow, these three stages will be most cost effective if considering the feed cost. And for the broiler, actually the whole stage you can use. And for the layers, for the first 1 to 21 days, and the peak egg production period, you can use. That's all for this question. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Stacy. So next question. How can Active3 be used in feed mills with excluders with high temperature? This temperature here, Mr. Ahmed is mentioned, is 130 degrees. I would ask Dr. Amy answer this question.
OK， 三效菌当中的三效菌的一个最佳的一个耐温的温度呢，我们认为它在90度及以下呢是可以保持比较稳定的一个状态的。如果是在130度这样的一个高温条件的话，其中的低芽孢杆菌和枯草芽孢杆菌的一个稳定性它的一个留存率还是比较可观的，但是烯酸梭菌就耐受不了这么高的一个温度，因此如果使用这个产品的话，我们不建议超过90度。如果一定要使用的话，我们建议使用第一和枯草的一个双菌的组合。
Okay, Dr. Amy says that the Active3 is stable. It is better used under the degree less than 19 degrees. It is because that the Bacillus licheniformis and the subtilis in the Active3, if you use in the temperature over 130 degrees, the Bacillus and the licheniformis, the retention rate is good. But for the Clostridium butyricum, the stability is a little not very good than that two bacteria. So if you are still, if you want to use in the degree of 130 degrees, we recommend that you just use 2 bacteria, that is Bacillus subtilis with Licheniformis. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Amy and Sarah. So here I see all the questions is being answered, except some questions we are not very clear is reflect to which product, but we will, like I said, we will follow up all the questions to each customer and collect all the answers to share all the participants today. So let's wait a few minutes, see if any more questions. Okay, so I think there's no more questions. So if someone have any new questions later, you can contact with our team or contact below emails to us to get the quickly respond. And it will be nearly to the end of the webinar. I would like to thanks again for all the customers and our friend to join with us, spend all your valuable time with us. So to make sure we offer you the good performance and the good acknowledge with our product, I would like to arrange a questionnaire. So please spend a few seconds to fulfill that for us to make improvement in the future.